Yo, what's up, y'all? It's your girl, Dre Brown. Welcome back. We are at it again, y'all. This is While You Were Leaping Live. And this is the third in our series. And I am so hyped for tonight. Y'all have no idea because tonight we are in for such a special treat. I have one of my longtime journey brothers in this dream chase game. Like, honey, we go back. And he's also a very, very dear friend. Savoy Jefferson is going to be joining us. And simply put, y'all, this magical human describes himself as a podcast host, a creative, a publicist, and a bad bitch. And truthfully, he is all those things and so much more. And tonight, we're going to go beyond his bio to see what he cultivated, learned, and let go of while building his successful namesake entertainment PR agency and his poppin' Eat, Pray, Thot podcast, which just launched this latest season and is celebrating over 30,000 downloads. So please join me with all of your magical energy and welcoming my friend, Savoy Jefferson. Hey, boo, hey!
Hello.
Oh my God, honey, how are you?
I'm a little nervous.
Oh,
Exactly. It's crazy because I interview people all the time, but then I also oversee interviews all the time. And then when it's like the attention's on me, I'm very like,
you are so deserving.
I just gotta
Stand in your light, friends. Stand in it because when I endeavored to create this vision that I have been nurturing for a few years now, you were one of the first people I thought of because we go back, like back, pre a lot of stuff, you know? And I remember the day I met you in Harlem and I was like, I'm keeping him forever. And one of the things that I really believe is that the people who you get that stick with you along the journey, no matter where you go, where you move, those are your people. And those people are given to you to not only show you the possibilities that they have, but also just to help you cultivate yourself. And we done been through lots of cultivation together. So it's just you and me, friend. So don't be nervous. Okay. But I got some questions. And like, real talk, if anybody out there has listened to the Eat, Pray, Thot podcast, the fact that this brother is nervous should be shocking to y'all. But we gonna get this thing started because I don't even want to make them wait too long for the good. So for the tea. So I'm gonna start with this, Savoy. Mm-hmm. We ask our leapers that come and join us here at While You Were Leaping, like what flavor of leaper that they are. You know, we have three. We believe everybody falls into a bucket. We got our sweet and strategic leapers. We have our self-care, savory leapers, and then we have our spicy and spontaneous leapers. And you self-identified as the latter. Yeah. You said, I'm out here leaping every day, all day. It don't stop. And another leap, and another leap, and another leap. So for that reason, I identify as that flavor as well. But I know being in that group requires a certain level of courage, right? Mm-hmm. Because you can't be out here shaking in your boots and trying to leap off of things. So what powers your personal courage for taking frequent leaps to get to that fullest, best life? What's the sauce in your system there?
Well, first of all, I want to thank you for having me.
You're welcome. Thank you.
I think number one, I am from Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Shout out to Milwaukee.
Okay, ill meal to the day I die. And if you know anything about Milwaukee, Wisconsin, you know that like the music industry, entertainment, those things are not those things are not there. Outside of maybe like Summerfest, which is our big festival,
Okay.
summer music festival. So I think just that initial, like, before I even, like, once I decided I wanted to do what I wanted to do, my immediate thought was like, okay, but first I have to get out of here.
Okay.
Say that, like, I don't love my city because I'm very proud of where I'm from, but it was very apparent to me that if I do not get out of Milwaukee, there isn't going to be, I'm not going to become who I need to become. So
Okay.
that initial just kind of like, but then also like being from Milwaukee and just kind of telling people your dreams, um, it's scary in itself. So you got to be like, because people will be like, what? Like, girl, no, like you gonna go work in like marketing or like a factory, like what?
Marketing or a factory? Those
Yeah, like it's like it is like maybe you'll become a nurse or go to work at the local hospital. Like, but like who thinks that they can become like an entertainment mogul from here? You
I
know,
feel you. That was Norfolk, Virginia for me too.
exactly. So exactly. So I think that that in itself kind of helped with the spiciness, the spontaneous, just kind of knowing that like my dreams are bigger than what's in front of me.
Come on.
So yeah.
Exactly. Okay, and like I feel you on that because it's always kind of like if you can do that, there's
Yeah.
the next leap is gonna feel like I leaped my ass out of Milwaukee. What? You can't tell me nothing. What? And shout out to everybody in what this is no shade on small towns, but
Yeah.
I feel you because we share that. We do share that when we met, we talked about that basically,
Yeah.
like, you know, small town kids in New York City and like not being swallowed alive, as so many people back home told us was going to happen as soon as we stepped foot in this very scary, big, you know, very unique place that was nothing like where we started. So
Yeah.
I feel you, and I definitely see that that could be the fire that fuels you. So
And I think when you have like you're from New York, LA, Atlanta, even DC to a certain degree, like
yes,
that's right in your backyard. And not saying that there still aren't barriers there
yeah,
because there are, but if you can see it and touch it,
you have a point of reference. You have
yeah,
an
it
example.
makes it a little more real versus when you come from a small town, you can't see it or touch it. You may see it on television, but like, yeah.
You have to trust that the vision in your head is real because you are really following something that you have no point of reference from. Like I tell people when I was growing up, I would tell people the vision I had for what I wanted to do. And literally it was, don't you just want to be a teacher? Don't you want to, you know, your mama got a good job at the hospital, girl. You need to talk to her and y'all, you could do just what she does.
Yes.
And yeah, like, nah, like as much as I respected all of that, I was like, that does not sound like what I feel I need. And so that fire, and I hope people out there recognize that because I do talk to a lot of people that are like, I just got to get out of the environment that makes me feel like constrained. And once I get into the open space, I'll figure it out. And we do. And along the way, we got to take some leaps to figure that out, right? So I love a game. And so, and while you were leaving, we like to play games. So we finna play a game.
Okay.
And the game you might have seen on previous interviews. We call it 2 leaps and a lie. And the reason I say this, the reason we play this is because Fran, the reason we play this is because yes, people know Savoy Jefferson. He rep Amber Riley. He got mad clients. He dope. They know he got Eat, Pray, Thot. He killing it. And all of that. But there are little leaks. There are behind the scenes leaks that are all powering these big leaks that are the more public facing ones. So I always say, we got a lot of leaping that not everybody is privy to those. So this space is I say this is a Google free zone, because anything we talk about, if you want to come up here, sorry to anybody who might want to be on this show later, if you just gonna tell us stuff that people can find on your Wikipedia or on your LinkedIn, please just decline, because we go beyond the bios up in here and we want to get into the lines between, we want to get under the paper, we want to get everything. So we're gonna play this game.
Okay.
Where I, as your friend, even I don't know all your leads, right? And I like to think that we think we know our folks. So I want you to think of 3 leaps. 2 of them that are true from your dream chase journey. And I think you said on your show this season, you 13 years in the game.
Yes.
Come on. 13 is a beautiful number. Of all those years of leaping, I know you got 3, but make one of them a lie. And I'm going to try to guess using my bestest and doing my damnedest.
Due diligence.
To guess your lie. But I'm going to give you some time to think. So I'm going to give you mine as an example. And you tell me what you think I'm lying about. So I'm going to give you 3 leaps. I'm going to let you think for a second. And then you tell me what you think the lie is. All right. I once had an impromptu opportunity to play a makeup artist in a film where I was actually the makeup artist for the film. 2, I once side hustled as a beautiful bottle girlie at a gentleman's club. Or 3, I used my sick days while working in corporate TV to moonlight as a makeup artist on shoots for the actual network that I worked for. And there may have been disguises used to conceal my identity on set. Those are my 3 leaps. Which one is the lie? Wish it had some leaping, laughing music.
The
fact that you thinking it over so good means I got you good, friend.
Wait. So,
do you want me to repeat them?
No, I got them. I'm gonna go with the last one, mainly because of the disguises.
Okay, the real lie in that mix, and we're gonna talk about this offline, because I'm like, really, what you think I was out here doing? I ain't never worked at a gentleman's club, homeboy.
But the bottle girl, ain't nothing wrong with being a bottle girl.
There's nothing wrong with being
but the bottle girl.
Actually, I wanted to be. I'm gonna be completely honest. I wanted to be like one of the girls at 40/40 Club, like coming through the crowd. But they wasn't really checking for me. One of my homegirls did, and like that's the only reason we got in is because she used to hook us up. But yes, when I worked at MTV, shout out to my first company I worked for was MTV Networks.
Wow! Oh my god!
I remember the days.
Memories and the my
memories. So yeah, I would go, and on my breaks I would sneak into the production, because I worked in like marketing and integrated marketing when I first started, and it was touching production, but it wasn't all the way in. So I just started making friends, walking around like, what y'all got doing over here? Can I be down with y'all? Can I roll with y'all? And when I started doing makeup, it wasn't like now where I could have a YouTube channel or an Instagram page and be like, yo, put me on. There was none of that. So I literally would just make friends and be like, when y'all shooting? Y'all got something on Friday? I would literally, COVID didn't even exist yet. Every week I would have had COVID. Not that COVID is anything to joke about, but I was calling out like, I can't make it. And I was already on set with my hat down low, my shades on. Like, I'm gonna be out for the day. You just gotta do what you gotta do. So now it's your turn. It's on you. So what you gonna do? Give me your 2. Give me your 2 truths. your 2 leaps and your lie. And I'm gonna guess.
Okay. Two leaps
true leaps and 1 lie.
All right, I'm ready. My first leap would be that I one time dropped my resume into the back of Ryan Leslie's G-Wagon. My second leap would be that I moved to New York City for interview at a paid internship.
You moved before the interview.
I moved off of the interview, like, but didn't have no job. And three, that during the hardest times of living in New York, I might have, done a little something strange for the little change.
Little strange for some change. You got an OnlyFans I don't know about? Okay, I'm gonna get.
Look, I'm willing to sell feet pics. I do not care. I do not have. I have a moral compass.
For those of you tuning in who may be interested in a purchase, Savoy's Instagrams are down below. The DMs are open. Slide yourself on in there.
I will give you all the feet.
I bet you got pretty feet too, friend. I bet you got some pretty feet.
Look, I'm gonna make them pretty with the money that they give me. So.
You'd be like, I'm gonna get a pedicure right now. I'm going to say the one thing I do know is I know the Ryan Leslie story, so I know that's the truth.
Oh yeah, you do.
Because I knew when I met you and you told me that, I said that boy's going places. I'm gonna say I'm gonna say the strange for some change because we talk about it, but I don't think you ever had to be about it. But that does not mean that it is not a viable option.
It's not, but it wasn't. I did a lot of things during my early New York years, including working at the movie theater. But I never.
What movie theater?
I was at the AMC on 66 in Broadway.
Oh, I love that one. Is it like
that was a real nice? That was like the one where they had all the. So it's so funny how
they ain't had no rats. It was nice.
Yeah, they had all the premieres there. Like they would always have premieres there. That's where all the celebrities went. So like I remember one time like Bradley Cooper and Renee Zellweger when they were dating came. Wendy Williams came for a premiere. Like Spielberg's daughter came one time. Like,
but you know what? That is strategic. That is like, and this is what I tell people. This is why we do this the whole platform is about. Every time you do something, in that moment, you are choosing to do something to make a way for yourself. And at times, it's not always, it doesn't look like you thought it would look. But you are putting yourself in a position in proximity to people that now you walk by them on a regular and it ain't no thing. And you ain't even asking them, do they want the extra butter sauce?
Or where their ticket was. Okay.
Excuse me, ma'am. Ticket, ma'am. I'm just saying, I love that because that was almost like a preview because now you spend your days on red carpets at premieres. Do you not? And you ain't even got to worry about a ticket. So for y'all out there who are like, where you start is not where you finish. But if you appreciate where you start, you will appreciate where you land even more. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's keep it 100. I love that. This is a great segue into my next question. We talked a lot about starting off in the entertainment industry, dropping resumes in people's cars and being like that was like the first DM slide. Like there was no Instagram. This is for y'all.
Baby, I dropped that resume in the backseat of that G-Wagon after a Diesel concert. So that lets you know how like old this was. He did a Diesel concert at
like Diesel, like the clothing line Diesel.
Yes, at Fifth. Like now they're a thing again, but like this is like 2009 Diesel. And he did a performance at the store on Fifth Avenue, and after he was leaving, I dropped my resume into the backseat.
Slide it on in there. And so people, hard copies. He had the hard, crispy copies ready.
I did.
Okay. So when y'all look, this is when you say opportunity will not miss me. Okay. What happened after that? Did you ever hear from Ryan?
I did not hear from Ryan.
Ryan, if you watching, you was looking for your diamond girl. You missed out. Okay. That used to be my cut, by the way. That was everybody's cut.
That whole first album is an effortless bop.
I know people like, he a low-key genius and stuff. People don't talk about that. But back to this question. The entertainment industry has been your notorious life, career-long play, like sandbox that you've played in, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you talk about being from Milwaukee and people not really, and that not being like fertile soil for that industry. But I'm curious, like you got in and you stayed in, and you've been in for over a decade, thriving. What are your like 3 major keys that you learned from betting on yourself amidst this very challenging, dynamic, sometimes cutthroat industry? You talk about it a lot on your podcast. You keep it all the way 100 about the entertainment industry and actually kind of like take a little bit of the rose-colored glasses off and the mystique off. So, but you've still chosen to bet on Savoy. So what are some keys that you have like just learned and gleaned through all of that time, you know, making that your way through?
I think number one would be your rejections don't define you. I think in particular being a publicist, we get told no lots. If we get told to no, because a lot of times we just get ignored. But like really realizing that you're not your rejections, but you're also not your yeses. Like,
come on, you are not your rejections, but you are not your yeses.
Like
a word.
Yeah, like it's just kind of like the idea that I think it's important to know that like you are the summation of your blessings, and your blessings don't have anything to do with these things. Like, yes, they're great. And trust me, we all want these things. Yeah. But you, at the end of the day, the yeses as well as the no's don't define you. Like, and you can put a little more, salt, so to speak, on the yeses than you do the no's. But at the end of the day, like you have to have a very clear idea of who you are and what you bring to the table. Because if you don't, this industry will tell you who you are. You know what I'm saying?
And you might not like what they say, I bet.
And you may not like what they say, but more than anything, I think like I remember the moment it clicked for me that no matter the level of talent that I've had, I'm a great publicist regardless.
Come on. What was that moment like?
It was kind of just, it was freeing. I think with each day, because I think when you think that you have to prove yourself, you're going into spaces proving yourself. And I think once you kind of accept like, okay, I'm good, you know that you don't have to sell yourself in every space. You can inform people, but you don't have to sell yourself in every space. So it wasn't that piece of desperation, or that, not even, I won't even say desperation, that piece of survival kind of that left my body.
You got to the point, it sounds like, where you were sure about what you had to offer.
Exactly.
And
so I didn't feel the need to be like, oh my God, hey, please. Like, it's more like, hey,
I'm available.
And
I'm good.
Yeah. But not like,
pick me.
Yeah. Because, I learned, I'm still learning. Let me be clear. Every day, things that are really yours, you don't have to hold so tightly.
Come on.
So
if it's really yours, you don't have to hold it so tight, because it'll just, if you keep your hand open, it's gonna stay there because it's yours. It won't go nowhere.
Okay, she gonna stay right there.
She's gonna tuck herself in real good in there. I love that, and I think it's so important for people to have that understanding, because I know you get it, so we just gonna call it what it is. Everybody and their mama want to get in the entertainment industry, and when they find out what you do, and they, the illusion of the glitz and glamour. Let's be clear. It's not that it doesn't have its shiny, warm, soft, loving spaces, but there is so much that is not shown that is not pretty. You talk about being at the Grammys and it not being as cute. Like people ask, boy, you was at the Grammy show. What was it like? And you was talking about being too, it was hot? Or you was
hot. It's first of all, I'm a sweater, so I sweat like Whitney Houston. So I be doing
Me too. I'm always sweating.
Like I stay sweating. So like I'm naturally like I'm always hot. So like award shows are hot. They're very chaotic. They're overly packed. Like they're not this experience that people think they are. They're just like they're not like the worst thing ever. However, they ain't like I'm hot and then like Cardi B's security guards like trying to push me out the way like so that she can get into the photo pit and I'm trying to get my client to the photo pit. It's and then you know you running around asking different writers to talk to your clients and you got to tell you might tell you no and then you got to go to the next one and then or sometimes they tell you yes and then while they doing one interview like I mean and then it's I mean my craziest horror story on the red carpet is I had a client who is Caucasian who said that Black women give the best head on the red carpet at the BET Awards. So that, because it was like my first red carpet. Yeah, it was my first red carpet, and
I don't even know.
Exactly, it was
what
like it was my first massive red carpet. So here's the thing: I was like, while he was doing the interviews, I was going to the next outlets. Like I was just talking, so I didn't hear it. It came out like a week or two later, and this is like literally at the beginning of my career, and I was like, "This is my life. This is."
And the thing is, and that's the thing. It's like if that was at the beginning, and I want people to really, yes, that honey, people gonna be going through the internet cobwebs trying to figure out who you talking about after this. They gonna be looking. But what that tells me is that was the beginning of your career. You now have your own agency that's thriving, and you have not died.
Yes, I have not.
And your business has not died. And so I think that yes, you can have a moment that feels like your world has exploded and your dream is dying on the vine, but you will be able to come back from that because the more you are committed to what you do, what you're creating, the vision you have, the greater you will be. You learn from everything.
Exactly.
That's crazy. I mean, that like, and that is true. Like, I think for all intents and purposes, that's what the publicist is that person that's fielding all of that. If once it gets to us, they done all their work.
Yeah.
They done the block, to keep something from hitting the thing. They done the, all right, well, you gonna have to let that go. It's everything. And so, wow. All right. So, I mean, my next question, that was kind of like, it could have been that could have been the answer to my next question, but I got a feeling that there's more. So we talk about the laughs and the lessons of the dream chase while you were leaping. This is the whole point of being able to have a sense of humor and a source of joy throughout your dream chase, whether you are in a valley or a peak, because we know it goes like this. You talk about it on your platform. You talk about being in the valley, everybody thinking you on the top of the mountain, and you like, no, I am down here drowning.
Fighting for my life. Fighting for my life.
Robert.
Like, fighting for my life. I don't agree with nothing that man did, but I understand.
You understood that moment of fighting for, yes, okay. What is something? It might have been something you had to do, something you had to experience, or even just like, just a moment, the last one excluded, that at the time was not funny along the dream chase. It was not funny, but looking back now, you can have a healthy laugh about it because of the full circle lesson learned in it. Like, because a lot of people are out there, they're in that moment right now. There are people watching this that are in the midst of this is my life. Oh my God. And they are like, this is never going to be okay. And I want them to know As a former mayonnaise ambassador at Whole Foods, after having a 6-figure entertainment career, you will be okay and you will laugh about this later. What's something that comes about that you were like, girl, that was not cute back then, but now you can let your shoulders bounce a little bit with a little joy about it?
Oh, so many things.
Pick a good one, friend, because I know that guys.
I will say that I've had a few different moments of like the juxtaposition of being in it, but still having to do other things.
Yes.
While in it.
Oh, absolutely.
And I think my first year of starting my own agency, it was 2018 Grammy week, and the Grammys were in New York City instead of LA.
Oh yeah, yes.
And I was doing a temp job during the day. I got like a 1-week temp job because I didn't have enough. I was literally asking myself, like, am I going to be able to pay my rent for the top of February?
Come on.
And I got this temp job like literally the week before rent was due. And I was like, God is good. Like, God is good.
Meanwhile, getting ready for the Grammys.
Meanwhile, doing all the Grammy parties and all that, like during the day, going to, the temp job, not doing anything because I was it was like I think it was like a bridal company, and I was just at the front desk, and they was paying me $14 an hour, and I literally just sat. I answered a few emails, I sent a few emails, like I was just bored, but
it was giving you that.
And then on top of that, all that at the same time, there was this young black man that had like ghosted me like a month and some change before that I was still very much like
you were in your feelings.
I don't understand. And
you wasn't in the bathroom at the bridal company having a good cry every once in a while, were you?
I was.
Okay.
I cried. Like I remember calling one of my best friends, Keisha, and like literally being like, she's like, "What is going on? Why are you crying?" And I'm just like, in the bathroom.
Hey.
While also, it was loud.
And the Grammys, and let's also talk about you're launching your business. It's Grammy week, and your rent is due.
Yes. And without this temp job, the rent wasn't gonna get paid.
It won't gonna happen. No. Shout out to the bridal company. Thank you.
Okay.
And thank you for having comfortable bathroom facilities.
Yes, where I could cry in peace.
Just to have a little trauma cry. You know what I'm saying? Ooh, child. See, and I really think this is really the reason that I wanted to have these conversations, because the humility of achieved people, people who are really not dream chasers, but they're catching the dream, manifesting it, and then dreaming another one and catching that one. And there's something that comes with it. Doesn't hurt you to share that. Yeah. It doesn't hurt you to tell someone that when I started my company, I couldn't pay my rent. And now I don't even know if I need to pay my rent because I'm in a different city every week because I got clients that's on tour and we pressing it up from city to city.
I'm not doing this with you.
I want to see what your Marriott rewards points is looking like right now. Friend.
When they put you in boutique hotels, sometimes you're not going to be able to get your Marriott points.
I know, because I'm up here on some Marriott, and they're like, no, we don't do that.
No, we don't have that. Like, we don't, no.
We're very,
That's what nobody tells you. Like, you can't get points.
They're too exclusive. You can't get
them. Yeah.
Well, that's what I'm saying. You went from no rent and bathroom cries to, well, how many threads are in these sheets? Damn, this is
nice, right?
Y'all live here all the time.
This bathroom got
a bidet? 2 bidets? Come on, somebody. So what I just went to
I just did the Ampar Gala in Palm Beach,
Okay.
and I had a jacuzzi tub for the first time, and I felt like Julia Roberts in Pretty Woman.
Honey,
Baby, them jets was.
was you in there singing Prince? Because I
Baby,
was.
I was in there. I had my playlist. I was up there. The bubbles was bubbling. I was up there, and then on top of that, it was surrounded. The bathtub was surrounded by mirrors. I took some good.
Honey,
I took some good semi.
I was gonna say I would have had a photo shoot. I would have been in there exfoliating everything.
Baby, it was luxurious. Okay,
and it like, and those are the moments when it all starts to feel like, okay, I deserve this. You deserve the bubbles, friend.
Yeah.
But yes, that is like crying in the bathroom at a temp job when your rent is due is not funny in the moment. But what's funny and or what you can pull joy from is the relief of knowing that you made it through that. And if you can make it through that, you can make it through any other valley that's going to come, because there's always a peak at the end. And I love that. And I love, shout out to your friend Keisha for the love, because sometimes, like, this is what I'm going into. This is bringing us to my next question, because we don't do the dream chase is not a solo mission, folks. No. And you shared with us that, you know, we talk about what's in your proverbial parachute. Like, if you're going to jump out of a plane into a new life, what are you packing that's going to keep you from crashing into the ground? And oftentimes those are our people. Those are some of our practices, or even some of the things we have to just shift in our life. And you talked about that. So I have a question. Yeah. We know you got the home team. You know what I'm saying? Like, one of your closest friends is now your co-host on your podcast. You got you leaping around into, like, your folks are always on the team. Like, I love that. So you got people in your corner when you're taking these leaps. But I want to ask, you're a celebrity publicist, so you see A-listers up close and personal. Yes. So if you could have 3 celebrity dream chasers as plus ones to add to your, like, VIP leap team, who would those people be and why? I'm going to assume that Diddy is not going to be amongst those.
You know, no, he hasn't been there for quite some time.
Okay, who we leaping with if we can leap with our celebrity dream team?
But the funny, before we get into that, I do want to say that I did try out to be on Who Wants to Be Diddy's Assistant on VH1, and I made it to the second round.
That's a leap.
I made it to the second round, and they literally was like asking me questions, and I was like, the man basically told me like I was not gay enough for them, and I think that's hilarious because I'm gay as a motherfucker. But back then I was like, you know, very much like young and just like different time. But I was like, you're not gonna make me the quintessential gay man. Like, but now I'm just like, baby, I could have. But anyways,
the way our life could have gone, you would probably be on a grand jury witness list.
You know, but hey, the Lord.
Oh, God.
Okay. I wouldn't mind that money though. But nonetheless, the 3 people I think for me that are the dream catchers that I'm like, these are my people would be Gabrielle Union, Issa Rae, and John Legend, because I think all of them have done a great job of diversifying their brand. Like, they're not just one thing.
No.
They're a bunch of fucking things. And all of them, like, at the end of the day, like, the brand is them. And like
what they do is not the brand.
Brand. Like, exactly. And I think that's what I ultimately want to achieve. Mm-hmm. I'm the brand, and all these additions, these are just everything that I do is an extension of me. So those are 3 that, like,
I love that. Issa is on my I call them like my friends in my head.
Yes.
And what I love about what you said about each of them is because I can recognize that. So it's recognizable to you, but also to me. So that means they're consistent in how they're showing up, at least to the people who are observing them and their movements. And they've all had long careers. And like, I'm talking about before they popped and everything. And
exactly.
so I love that. And I think that is something to aspire to, you know, like I think of people, and when I look at people, I think of people who look like they are living unapologetically.
Yes.
Like in spite of all of the accomplishment, all of the, you know, PR that might make them one or the other, you know, one way or the other. They're just like one of my favorite just people to see, and just like I aspire to live life joyfully the way she does, is Tracee Ellis Ross. Like I just look at her and I'm like, I just want to go to Target with her. You know, like I want to dream chase with her, but I want to go to Target and just sit there and talk to her and be like, you know, just looking at housewares. Not even for no other reason than I think that she's probably the same on the red carpet as she is in Target, because I feel that she's just so unapologetically herself. So I love that. I think that we all have those visions, but in your work, you get to see so much deeper into the lives of these people.
Yeah.
You don't, you know, you're getting much more than what we get just as, you know, consumers. So, all right. Well, if John Legend, Gabrielle Union, and Issa are out there listening, holler at my boy, because he's doing big things and y'all should be a part of this. Y'all gonna want to jump on this train. So you ready for another game?
I'm ready.
Okay, so one of the wonderful things about being a leaper, as you probably know, is that you get like a toolkit. It's like we go through, it's like street cred. It's like getting gang tattoos, but when you're trying to chase your dream.
Like, yeah, you get
it's like the proverbial dream chase, like teardrop. Right? So, you know, some of the things you learn joyfully and some of the things you learn through gritted teeth, right? But one of the things I think is the biggest gift and skill is that we have to think on our feet. We got to be, come on, what, go. And it makes for you to trust yourself more, because you know if you don't want to miss an opportunity, like your split second decision, I'm dropping this resume in this G-Wagon. I don't care what nobody's saying. It's like you gotta go. So we, in honor of this, we have created this game called the Leaper Lightning Round, right? So this is just like rapid fire word association. I just want you to clear your head, and I'm gonna read off like 10 things in rapid fire fashion, and I just want you to respond with the first thing that comes to your mind.
Okay.
All right, and just think about your dream chase, think about your journey, think about your stuff. So, all right, you ready?
Let me close my eyes.
Oh yes, get into your crisscross applesauce, get into your yoga pose, whatever you got to do to channel it. But yes, okay, you ready?
Ready.
All right. First, self-care practice that changed the game.
Journaling.
Friend you call first in a crisis.
Ooh. I got like a group.
Okay.
So I got like three.
Group. Who's
the group? Okay, so it's Dania, Brian, Ashley.
Okay. All y'all out there, y'all know if something go wrong, keep your phones on. Please do not send us to silent. Big win celebratory meal. What you eating when you celebrate?
Anything involving shrimp, but also I'm a French fry person, so like I celebrate my wins with like Chick-fil-A.
Friend, I ain't never met a French fry I didn't like. Come
that
on.
part. Okay.
And you gotta get the Polynesian sauce.
Exactly. Well, no, I'm more of a for Chick-fil-A. I'm more of a Chick-fil-A sauce kind of girl.
Oh,
but,
okay.
You know,
they that do be popular sometimes. Okay.
Perfect.
We're gonna keep it going. All right, your recharge getaway destination.
The beach.
The beach. Favorite mental health practice.
Once again, journaling.
Okay.
And walks.
And
walks. I am the walk king.
I mean, you live in LA. You can walk around, see the world. Yeah. Y'all ain't got enough sidewalks, but we're going to talk about that later. All right. Weirdest dream chaser habit.
Weirdest dream chaser habit. Shit, always wanting more.
And another one.
And another one.
Okay.
And another one.
Best fail that you've ever overcome.
The one I'm in currently.
And what is that?
Pivoting.
Pivoting. We talk about that a lot. That's one of my favorite words. And you are overcoming. And that's not a fail. That is a shift. That is a shift.
Fair.
All right.
Fair.
Come on, career you choose if you were not doing what you currently do.
Oh, I would be an accountant like my daddy wanted me to be.
You'd be out here counting the money.
I would be out here counting
and making the money.
I'd be a very like vacations, everything.
Not right now because it's tax season. You probably wouldn't be on vacation.
Yeah, right now this would be stressed. I'd be stressed as a motherfucker.
All right. What's the last thing is the thing that you are happiest that you stopped doing for good? I have a guess.
Selling myself short.
Okay. There we go. That's all encompassing. I was gonna say dealing with trash.
No more.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Myself short no more. Ooh,
oh my god. I love it. I love it. I love it. Stop. You said selling yourself short, and I love that because one of the things that we have to realize, people, is that like if we are drawing the bounds of our possibility, the people we're asking to support it can only work within the bounds that we create. So if we're drawing small circles and we're inviting them into a small space, there's not going to be room for all of them to come and help us grow it. We actually have to see it so much bigger. And that is clutch. Okay. All right. So now we can go into, this is one of the things that I'm really curious about because you're talking about pivoting. And this isn't your first pivot. No. So you leapt into podcasting in 2018. A lot of things was popping in 2018, bruh.
You know, she was busy.
She was busy.
So my first episode actually came out in 2017.
In 2017, sorry.
No, it's fine.
But here we are again. It's 2024. So we going. I remember I was so grateful to be on that first season of Eat, Pray, Thoughts. And it has grown to be, I'm telling you, y'all, when you just play it and you just go on and mind your business, you will find yourself being like, just stopping just to snap and laugh and holler. Okay. And you've created your own vernacular. So there's so many.
Shout out to the Pussy House.
You need an Eat, Pray, Thought dictionary, but you know,
I like that.
I think that should be, something that we should explore on the merch side, folks. But, you're celebrating a new season, over 30,000 downloads, claps for that. What has creating your podcast taught you that about dream chasing as a whole, that building your agency did not?
Being open, be open to something so beyond even what you thought it could be.
Yeah.
I don't think, I remember when I came up with the name Eat, Pray, Thot, I had just left RCA Records. I was at a management firm, completely was like, I hate this management firm. Why did I do this? At the time when I was at RCA, I was working the biggest artist at the label. And I left to go to this management company because I was like, I want to try something different. And baby, about 3-4 months in, the way I was like, I think I might have to fight this person.
Oh my gosh.
But nonetheless, I think, being open, I was on the beach when Eat, Pray, Thot came to me, and it was just a joke. I was just like, oh, Eat, Pray, Thot. So I went to Miami, and that became my little hashtag, jokingly for my trip in Miami. And I was like, Eat, Pray, Thot. And then somebody was like, you need to make that something. And I was like, I do.
You do?
Exactly. So Eat, Pray, Thot started off as a blog, and from there, when somebody was like, so, well, you should do a podcast. And I was like, that's different. I'll try it. And now here we are in the fifth season, and
oh my gosh,
all
it's so awesome. And it's like, that is the thing. It's like the way that these morsels of vision start as little teeny seeds,
a mustard seed, baby.
And all you have to do is just sprinkle a little of your magic and your water on them and be consistent. Like, one of the things I'm standing at the foot of the Father right now, because I am now in a pivot myself. And like, I was never a content creator. I was very comfortable behind the scenes, And even as a speaker, like, I'm out here in these streets, but I wasn't on the interwebs, you know. But what I realized is, when you realize there's something bigger than you, Eat, Pray, Thot, to me, you hear that. And for those of y'all who have not checked it out, I implore you, go dig in the crates and go back to season 1 and watch the evolution. You will not be disappointed. But it's like, I feel like that is the conversation, the voice that you needed to hear when you were that kid in Milwaukee, still looking for someone out here in the world to be like, who sees the world like I see it? Who experiences? And there's every, each part of it, the eating, the lifestyle, the praying, the spiritual growth, the self-awareness, and then just the thotting, the relationships, the being out here trying to do what everyone, regardless of your orientation, we all are trying to get some healthy, abundant love out here in these streets. Trying.
Emphasis on abundant and healthy. Life really prepares you, because I think, like, the fact that I am a podcast co-host, and I've done years, like, as a publicist, I've literally been through hundreds, if not thousands, of interviews.
Exactly.
So I've seen the best of the interviews, the worst of the interviews. So that really kind of prepared me. And like, being able to ask, like, I don't have a journalism major. I didn't even take an intro to journalism class in college. You know what I'm saying? But when you get people on the podcast and they're like, wow, like, these questions, like, I would have, like, how did y'all?
You allow them to tell their story in a different way.
Exactly.
And as a publicist, I mean, you're talking to someone who has a journalism degree from Howard University. I had a PR company in undergrad. Shout out to my 2 homegirls that we was out here doing publicity for the homecoming and everybody, and who shot guns, mama's party, and all of that. That what I didn't realize I was doing was I was growing myself as a storyteller. And I recognize that in you, because as a publicist, you are the keeper of the story. Even if it never gets told, you have to make people want to tell it. And your ear is tuned to the best way to tell it. And so I think when you curate your interviews on your show, you're just giving people a space to come out authentically. And really, I never thought of it. Like, it seems like your questions always come off very refreshing to your guests, and people feel like, even if they're not, honestly, I don't know if these people are getting tons of interviews, but it's not like it's not that it's an interview they're not going to get somewhere else.
Exactly.
And I think that is so important, because everyone is waiting for just the right question so they can really show something authentically that they're not going to give to somebody else.
Exactly.
So
like, we don't want stuff that you can do. You can find
Google free. Oh my God, this has been so much fun. We have a few more minutes, so I wanna know, what is the next leap for Savoy Jefferson? We know you said it on your show that you are looking into this season to be moving out of your own way and to expand who you are and what you do, and the brand that is Savoy Jefferson. So what leaps are you preparing for now, and how can this viewing and listening while you are leaping community support that?
I really think for me, I'm finally realizing that on top of being a storyteller, I am somebody who is a change maker.
Come on.
And I'm realizing that, you know, being a change maker ain't as she's not glamorous. You know what I'm saying? Until she's
Get her
glamorous.
hands dirty sometimes.
Yeah, like she's not glamorous until she's glamorous. So I think for me, the biggest thing right now is I just really want to continue to tell unique stories and tell them, take storytelling to the next level. I want to get to a point where Amber and I are going on tour, and I want to write my own memoir, also called "Eat, Pray, Thot."
Come on.
Who else gonna write it but me?
You writing it right now?
Okay, per. And yeah, and do all the things that I enjoy doing. Like I'm a skincare. I'm a skincare god.
I mean, I told you when I saw you, your skin be busting. And okay. I mean, friends.
And you see, I'm 38 and I still got some hairline. So that lets you know I'm a good.
That beard does not wake up like this. You can't just wake up with a beard that luscious, okay?
No, you can't.
The luster takes work. Young sirs out there, please slide in his DM and ask him for his 10-step system. There might even be 12. It's really cool. Love it. I love it. I am so proud to see the evolution of your brand. I know there is but just sky is the limit. Stratosphere is the limit. And I think that the stories that, the life you're living is giving you a beautiful story, like basis for this story. And so I am so grateful. Thank you for being here, y'all. I know we're running out of times, and I see we just put the promo up. We got another While You Were Leaping live coming up on April 11th. And I'm telling you, this is going to be another dream chaser you will not want to miss. But I want to give my sincerest thanks to my friend, Savoy. Thank you so much. Can I get one more, Jim? Is there anything you want to leave this listening community with so that they can look out for when the next time they hear Savoy Jefferson's name? What do you want to leave them with?
Have fun. I think so much of this motherfucking, so much of communication can feel so motherfucking daunting. Remember to have fun. And that is one thing that I wish I could tell my younger dream chaser self. Have fun. Have fucking, I don't know, shit, fuck a security guard.
Make a bad choice every now and again.
Yeah, not even a bad choice. Just make a choice that
feels good.
Adventurous. Live life.
Live on the edge.
More than anything, Dre, I just want to thank you because you are one of the first people who saw me. And baby, you've been an inspiration from being one of the people that I called when I was working at the Uniqlo. You remember baby, the Uniqlo days. The Uniqlo call, I can't do this no more.
I'm like, you gotta breathe, baby, but we gonna make you. I know, friend, and that's
you was like, so what you got to? So boy, I can't understand. You gotta take a break.
You gotta take a breath.
You gotta take a second. You gotta get it out.
And I mean that, and I'm so grateful. I love you. You are my brother. You got me for life. I would fight in the street for y'all. For you, you are one of the few I will fight in the street for. But yes, I love you. I appreciate you. I can't wait to see you at the top of your next peak because we're going to be up there. And until then, y'all, remember, Eat, Pray, Thot. Go follow them on Instagram. You can see all of Savoy's socials on the bottom of your screen right now. Thank you again for joining us again. Shout out to Nimble Collaborative for another amazing live stream. They're my producers. Definitely April 11th, we're back at it, 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Such a reminder. Stay tuned next week when we reveal our guest. And much more from the Dream Chase, y'all. More lessons, more laughs. We coming back. But for now, we're going to say peace. Give some kisses, Savoy. Bye, y'all. We'll see you next time.
Bye.